I was punched this morning walking in the loop to my office. Never thought I would be one to make a video like this. Chicago commuters that work in the loop, please be so incredibly careful when you're standing in a crosswalk, because that's how I got punched in the face. So this morning on Welch Street at like 8:15 with tons of other commuters nearby, some random man who was walking perpendicular from me came behind me, walking this way, came around my right shoulder and actually like swung up and over my shoulder into my jaw, kind of pushing downwards. When he punched me, my glasses fell off, and I have extremely low vision. For those of you that do have low vision, you get how vulnerable you feel without your glasses, and especially right after getting punched. He was wearing all black with this gray raincoat, and he had his hood on, and he took his hood off, and he looked at me, and I saw that man's bald head. Didn't want to take my phone.
First of all, let me just speak up for all of the bald-headed men that I was not in Chicago, and we are not people that typically like to assault women and punch them in downtown areas or the Chicago Loop. Why won't these people say exactly what the race is? It would be much easier to find who they are if they profiled accordingly, but I guess they're trying to stick to the whole diversity, equity, and inclusion and make sure that they're not inappropriately profiling people. I don't know what that is.
Phone, didn't want to take my work computer, didn't want to take my bag, my wallet, nothing. He just wanted to hit me, so.
Y'all just punching people just for the sake of punching people?
But the reason why I'm making this video is after talking to police, it really does seem like this is becoming a repeat offense. Maybe not the same guy, but there's definitely an uptick in these simple battery cases. They're getting a lot of reports of people who are just getting hit. At least what I heard from them, it sounded like they were all women or majority women. When you're walking, when you're in motion, like nobody's gonna come up and hit you. But when you're standing there at the crosswalk, I should have been looking around like that, and I was looking ahead at the intersection, but I didn't know that this guy came up behind me. It could have obviously been a lot worse, but like it does really hurt, and I was shaking for like 2.5 hours.
Nobody deserves to get hands put on them for going to work. Nobody deserves to be in an environment that's not absolutely safe. And the Chicago politicians are monetizing crime, and they're leveraging that in order to try to get $800+ million out of the federal government, like they've been doing. Instead of managing their budget effectively, they have this pandemic era type of accounting. And so now women are getting punched out of their socks and out of their shoes in the Chicago Loop, whether they going to work or they just hanging out with their friends. And so now you guys have to be situationally aware, and y'all should be holding y'all politicians and y'all police accountable.